What are you? Where are you from? No, where are you really from? I mean, what is your ethnic background? As a half Chinese, half Irish person who doesn't particularly look like either, I have been hearing these questions my entire life. To this day, I still find these questions a bit irksome, but I feel compelled to answer them. I want people to know who I am, and for them to stop guessing.
Growing up, mixed. Sometimes I think about it, and it's like I was kind of like a chameleon of sorts, and always like adapting to these environments that were really never quite my own. I learned these useful skills to survive and thrive, like in this world that kind of belonged to other people. When it came to my sense of identity, I realized that these skills that I thought were part of my identity probably were some of the very things that were keeping me from discovering who I was. My identity, as I go through life trying to figure that out and connect with it, can be used to influence the mixed culture. And that I found to be empowering.
A fractured self, a longing to belong. I continue my journey to deepen my connections with my Asian American heritage and communities.
For me, building community comes down to making bridges and creating spaces for exchange. This can happen through events, but also through creating open multi-use spaces that invite community engagement.
community to me means that we work together towards a common goal. I think in terms of Chinatown, it's important that we find ways to work together to make sure that there's clean drinking water, adequate living spaces, adequate workspace, cleanliness, all of that stuff that has to deal with real basic safety. And once basic needs are met, then I think we can start thinking about cultural preservation, and we can start thinking about the next generation and the future. But these are all really complex, challenging issues. And we really have to be able to metabolize both the sorrow and also those joys that we have. So that kind of team shun fu, we have to be able to metabolize that. If we can manage those things, then we can work together within community. Because there are 7 billion people on this planet. So when we think about community, it's really humanity.
My experience in my identity has been really complicated and has been a constant conversation internally. I was really connected into the Chinese community via my mother. I learned Chinese, and that really kind of has rubbed up against my experience of the outside world, not really reading or passing as Chinese, but also feeling a really deep connection to that part of myself and that lineage.
Even if people aren't connecting directly, there is an energy that comes with being around others and feeling safety and belonging. That's why I love being in Portsmouth Square so much, seeing the different generations of Asian Americans from the youth to the elders, even if we don't talk. Seeing the rallies that have happened here and the support and solidarity from other communities in these times has also been really powerful.
When I'm dancing or performing or creating artwork, I see a lot of what I'm doing in those spaces and projects as finding or creating a sense of belonging in my work and in my body, because not feeling enough of this or not looking enough like this, and also never really being enough of the other, I feel like I'm always really trying to create a sense of home within my mixedness and all the dualities, and I think really queering what my experience of identity is.
I think the word community and the notion of community continues to evolve, But in terms of Chinatown, I think it's important that there is a balance between cultural preservation and also the next generation being encouraged to create their own sense of place within Chinatown.
Creating in public space and inviting people in versus trying to avoid or ignore them has been really special. Folks watching with curiosity, clapping, showing me their moves, laughing and smiling together. There are some Portsmouth regulars that I look forward to seeing each time, starting and ending each rehearsal with big smiles and waves of friendly recognition. Even with language barriers, there are still ways we can communicate and share space together.